Princess Alara of the distant planet, Eridani Prime, stood at the edge of the lush earth forest, her silver eyes scanning the unfamiliar terrain. She had traveled light years away from her home to study the primitive beings that inhabited this strange planet, known to them as humans. Clad in her shimmering intergalactic armor, Alara blended in with the shadows, her alien beauty illuminating the darkness like a distant star. As she treaded lightly through the underbrush, her senses heightened, taking in the sights and sounds of her new surroundings. The air was thick with the scents of earth, a mix of fresh foliage and damp soil that enveloped her in a cocoon of nature's embrace. Birds chirped in the distance, their songs a soothing melody to her alien ears. Alara had always been fascinated by Earth and its inhabitants, intrigued by their primitive ways and boundless curiosity. As the heir to the Eridani throne, she was obligated to study the diverse civilizations of the galaxy, seeking knowledge and understanding beyond the comforts of her royal palace. But little did she know that her time on Earth would transform her in ways she never imagined. The humans welcomed her with open arms, their hospitality touching her alien heart in ways she could not explain. They taught her their customs, their languages, and their history, weaving her into the tapestry of their society with kindness and grace. Yet, as Alara delved deeper into the mysteries of Earth, she discovered a darker side to this seemingly peaceful planet. A shadow loomed over the horizon, threatening to engulf everything she held dear. The humans faced a formidable enemy, one that sought to conquer their world and enslave their people. Determined to protect her newfound friends, Alara made a solemn vow to defend Earth with all her might. Drawing upon her alien powers and knowledge, she forged herself into a weapon of unparalleled strength, a super soldier capable of facing any foe that dared to challenge her. As the skies darkened with the looming threat, Princess Alara stood tall and resolute, her silver eyes ablaze with determination. She was no longer just a student studying abroad on Earth. She was a warrior, a protector, a beacon of hope in the face of darkness. And as she prepared to face the coming storm, Princess Alara knew that her journey was only beginning. The fate of Earth and its people now rested in her alien hands, and she would stop at nothing to ensure their survival. With a fierce battle cry that echoed through the forest, Princess Alara embraced her destiny as an unstoppable super soldier, ready to face whatever challenges the universe had in store for her. The adventure ahead would test her limits, push her beyond her known boundaries, and reveal the true extent of her power. And so, with unwavering courage and unwavering resolve, Princess Alara stepped forward into the unknown, her heart filled with the fire of 1,000 stars. The galaxy had never seen a hero quite like her, and the humans of Earth would soon learn that even a princess from a distant world could become their greatest champion. Princess Alara stood at the edge of the bustling human metropolis, her gaze fixed on the towering skyscrapers that reached for the heavens. The city below pulsed with life, its streets teeming with a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds that resonated with the rhythm of humanity. Wrapping her cloak tighter around her armored form, Alara blended into the crowds, her alien presence concealed by a glamour spell she had learned during her studies on Earth. As she navigated the city streets, Alara couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at her insides. Everywhere she looked, she saw the signs of the impending threat looming over Earth. The alien invaders known as the Vorterans, a ruthless species bent on conquest and destruction. The humans were unaware of the imminent danger, going about their daily lives oblivious to the shadow that lurked on the horizon. Determined to warn the humans of the impending invasion, Alara sought out the one person she knew could help her, Professor Jonathan Reed, her mentor and friend from her time studying abroad. Reed was a brilliant scientist with a keen mind and a warm heart, always ready to lend a helping hand to those in need. Alara found Professor Reed in his cluttered laboratory, surrounded by holographic screens and buzzing machinery. The professor's eyes widened in surprise as he beheld the princess standing before him, her alien beauty and regal demeanor a stark contrast to the mundane setting of his lab. "Princess Alara, what brings you here?" Professor Reed asked, his voice tinged with a mix of curiosity and concern. "Professor Reed, I have urgent news to share," Alara replied, her silver eyes filled with determination. "The Vortarans are coming, and Earth is in grave danger. We must warn the humans and prepare for their advance." Professor Reed's expression darkened at the mention of the Vorterans, his brow furrowed in deep contemplation. "I had feared this day would come," he sighed, running a hand through his graying hair. "The Vorterans are a formidable foe, but we cannot cower in fear. We must stand and fight for the future of Earth." Alara nodded in agreement, her resolve unwavering. "I am ready to do whatever it takes to protect Earth and its people. Together, we can defeat the Vorterans and ensure the safety of this world." And so, Princess Alara and Professor Reed began their preparations for the impending invasion, rallying allies and resources to bolster Earth's defenses. As the days passed and the tension in the air mounted, they trained tirelessly, honing their skills and powers to face the coming storm with unwavering courage. With each passing moment, Alara felt the weight of her new responsibilities pressing down upon her shoulders. She knew that the trials ahead would test her in ways she had never imagined, pushing her to the limits of her strength and resolve. But she also knew that she was not alone in this fight, that she had allies who stood by her side and a world that believed in her ability to overcome any obstacle. As the first tendrils of darkness crept across the horizon, Princess Alara steeled herself for the battle to come. The fate of Earth hung in the balance, and she would stop at nothing to protect this world that had become her home. The alien princess was no longer just a student or a super soldier. She was a beacon of hope, a warrior of light in a universe plunged into darkness. And with a silent vow to never falter, Princess Alara raised her head high and prepared to face her greatest trial yet, ready to unleash the full extent of her alien powers in defense of Earth and all who called it home. The night sky glittered with 1,000 stars as Princess Alara, Professor Reed, and their allies stood atop the highest tower of the city, their eyes fixed on the dark horizon where the Vortaran invasion fleet approached. The air crackled with tension, a palpable sense of impending doom hanging heavy over the city like a shroud. As the alien ships descended upon Earth with ominous grace, their sleek designs cutting through the clouds, Alara felt a surge of adrenaline course through her veins. This was the moment she had been preparing for, the ultimate test of her powers and her resolve. With a silent nod to her companions, she readied herself for the battle that loomed ahead. The Vortaran's arrival was swift and brutal, their alien weaponry unleashing a rain of destruction upon the unsuspecting city below. Buildings crumbled, streets erupted in flames, and the cries of the innocent filled the air like a haunting melody. The humans, caught off guard by the ferocity of the attack, scrambled for cover, their faces etched with fear and desperation. But Princess Alara refused to be cowed by the chaos unfolding before her. Drawing upon her alien powers, she unleashed a blinding wave of energy that engulfed the Vortaran ships in a dazzling display of light. The invaders reeled from the unexpected assault, their shields flickering under the immense power of the princess's attack. Professor Reed and their allies joined the fray, their weapons blazing as they fought valiantly against the alien threat. The air crackled with the sounds of energy blasts and explosions, the clash of steel against steel reverberating through the night. The battle raged on, a dance of death and destruction that tested the limits of their endurance and skill. As the tide of battle turned in their favor, Princess Alara knew that victory was within their grasp. With a resounding cry that echoed across the city, she unleashed her full strength, a torrent of power that shattered the remaining Vortaran ships and sent the invaders fleeing in defeat. The city below fell silent, the smoke clearing to reveal a landscape scarred by war but unbowed in spirit. The humans emerged from their hiding places, their faces alight with gratitude and awe as they beheld the alien princess who had saved them from certain doom. In the aftermath of the battle, Princess Alara stood amidst the ruins, her armor gleaming in the pale moonlight. She knew that the fight was far from over, that the Vortarans would return with even greater force in their relentless quest for domination. But she also knew that she had allies who stood by her side, humans who had proven their courage and resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. Turning to Professor Reed with a nod of gratitude, Princess Alara knew that their journey was far from over. The clash of titans had only just begun, and the galaxy would soon learn that Earth was not a world to be trifled with. With the strength of unity, and the power of hope guiding their way, Princess Alara and her allies prepared to face whatever challenges the future held, ready to defend their world against all odds. As the dawn broke over the horizon, a new day dawned for Earth, a day filled with promise, determination, and the unbreakable spirit of a planet united in the face of adversity. And at the center of it all stood Princess Alara, a beacon of hope and a warrior of light, ready to lead Earth into a future of endless possibilities. In the aftermath of the fierce battle that had shaken the city to its core, Princess Alara and Professor Reed stood amidst the rubble, surveying the destruction wrought by the Vortaran invasion. The air was heavy with the scent of smoke and despair, but amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope shone through. As the citizens of Earth began to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives, Princess Alara knew that the time for healing and rebuilding had come. She and Professor Reed worked tirelessly alongside the humans, using their combined knowledge and skills to assist in the recovery efforts and provide resources to those in need. The once feared alien princess had now become a symbol of unity and strength, a beacon of hope in a world that had been touched by darkness. Her actions had inspired others to rise up and stand together, forging bonds of friendship and solidarity that transcended species and borders. But amidst the ruins of the city, a new threat began to emerge, an insidious force that sought to exploit the vulnerability of Earth in its time of need. The remnants of the Vortaran fleet regrouped on the outskirts of the city, their leaders plotting a swift and merciless reprisal against the planet that had dared to defy them. Princess Alara sensed the looming danger, her silver eyes narrowing with determination. She knew that the Vortarans would stop at nothing to achieve their goal of conquest, and that Earth was once again in grave peril. With a heavy heart, she prepared to face the enemy once more, steeling herself for the battle that lay ahead. As the Vortarans launched their assault on the city, Princess Alara and her allies sprang into action, meeting the invaders head-on in a clash of fire and fury. The streets became a battleground, the sounds of combat echoing through the ruins as two mighty forces collided in a deadly dance of power and skill. But this time, Princess Alara was not alone in the fight. The humans had rallied to her side, their bravery and resolve bolstering her own strength as they stood united against a common enemy. Together, they fought with a tenacity and ferocity that took the Vortarans by surprise, turning the tide of battle in their favor. As the last of the Vortaran ships fell from the sky, defeated and broken, a sense of peace descended upon the city once more. The citizens emerged from their shelters, their faces alight with relief and gratitude as they beheld the alien princess who had saved them once again. With a weary smile, Princess Alara gazed upon the city she had come to love, her heart heavy with the weight of the battles she had fought and the victories she had won. But amidst the scars of war, she also saw the seeds of hope and renewal, a chance for redemption and rebirth in the aftermath of destruction. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the city, Princess Alara knew that a new chapter was beginning for Earth, a chapter filled with promise, resilience, and the enduring spirit of unity that had brought them through the darkest of times. And as she stood amidst the ruins, her silver eyes alight with determination, she vowed to protect this world she now called home with all the strength and courage she possessed. The alien princess had proven herself as a warrior, a protector, and a beacon of light in a universe scarred by conflict and chaos. And as she looked towards the future with unwavering resolve, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would face them head-on with a heart full of hope and a spirit unbreakable. For Princess Alara had become more than just an unstoppable super soldier. She was a hero, a savior, and a symbol of everything that humanity could achieve when united in the face of adversity. And as she embraced her destiny with open arms, she knew that the galaxy would remember the tale of the alien princess who had come to Earth, bringing with her a legacy of courage, strength, and unwavering determination. In the wake of the Vortaran invasion and the subsequent victories won by Princess Alara and her allies, a sense of peace descended upon Earth like a comforting embrace. The city had been rebuilt, its scars fading with each passing day, a testament to the resilience and determination of its inhabitants. The humans had welcomed the alien princess with open arms, their gratitude and admiration unwavering in the face of her heroic deeds. Princess Alara stood at the edge of the city, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the first light of dawn painted the sky in hues of pink and gold. The air was crisp and clear, a gentle breeze carrying the promise of a new beginning. She knew that the challenges she had faced were but a prelude to the adventures that still lay ahead, but she faced them with a heart unburdened by fear or doubt. As she turned to face the city behind her, Princess Alara felt a sense of purpose and fulfillment wash over her, a feeling she had never known before. Earth had become more than just a distant planet in the vastness of the galaxy. It had become her home, a place where she was welcomed and cherished, a place where she belonged. Professor Reed approached her with a smile, his eyes reflecting the same sense of contentment and hope that filled her own heart. "Princess Alara, you have brought a light to this world that will never fade," he said, his voice filled with warmth and gratitude. "You have shown us the true meaning of courage, strength, and unity, and for that, we are eternally grateful." Princess Alara bowed her head in acknowledgement, her silver eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "I am honored to have fought by your side, Professor Reed, and to have stood with the people of Earth in their time of need," she replied, her voice steady and sure. "Together, we have proven that even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope can prevail, and unity can conquer all." As the day dawned bright and clear, Princess Alara knew that her journey was far from over. She had become a legend on Earth, a hero whose name would be whispered in tales of courage and valor for generations to come. But beyond the fame and glory, she knew that her true purpose lay in protecting the innocent, defending the powerless, and standing against injustice wherever it may be found. And so, with a renewed sense of purpose and a heart filled with gratitude, Princess Alara looked towards the future with unwavering determination. The galaxy was vast and filled with wonders beyond imagining, and she knew that her destiny was boundless, her spirit unbreakable. As she stepped forward into the light of the rising sun, Princess Alara embraced the new dawn with open arms, ready to face whatever challenges and adventures lay ahead. For she was not just an alien princess, a super soldier, or a hero. She was a beacon of hope, a guardian of peace, and a symbol of everything that humanity and the universe itself could achieve when united in purpose and resolve. And as the city awakened to a day filled with promise and possibility, Princess Alara knew that she would always be there to stand in its defense, to fight for its future, and to ensure that the light of hope and harmony never faded from the world she now called home. Months had passed since the Vortaran invasion had been thwarted, and Earth had flourished under the watchful eyes of Princess Alara and Professor Reed. The city had been rebuilt stronger than ever, its people united in their resolve to defend their world against any threat that dared to challenge their newfound unity. Princess Alara received an urgent message from the Galactic Council, summoning her to a summit of the most powerful beings in the galaxy. She knew that the fate of Earth and the wider universe hung in the balance, and she prepared to embark on a journey that would test her strength, diplomacy, and leadership like never before. As she boarded her sleek starship, the princess felt a mix of excitement and apprehension swirling in her chest. The Galactic Summit was a gathering of beings from all corners of the galaxy, each wielding immense power and influence in their own right. She knew that she would be outnumbered and outmatched, but she also knew that her convictions and determination would be her greatest weapons. Upon arriving at the grand space station that served as the site of the summit, Princess Alara was greeted by a dazzling array of alien dignitaries, each more exotic and imposing than the last. She stood tall and regal in her shimmering armor, her silver eyes ablaze with confidence as she met the gazes of the assembled leaders. The summit was called to address the growing threat of the Darkanian Empire, a ruthless faction of warlords and conquerors whose reach extended across the stars. The Darkanians had set their sights on Earth, viewing it as a strategic prize in their quest for domination, and the Galactic Council knew that decisive action was needed to stem the tide of their advance. Princess Alara stood before the council chamber, her voice clear and resolute as she addressed the gathered leaders. "We must stand together against the Darkanian threat, united in purpose and strength," she declared, her words echoing through the chamber like a clarion call to arms. Earth may be a small world in the vast expanse of the galaxy, but its people are fierce and resilient, and we will not allow our home to fall to tyranny and oppression." The council members listened intently to her words, their expressions a mix of intrigue and skepticism. But as Princess Alara spoke of the valor and courage she had witnessed on Earth, of the unity and solidarity that had emerged from the ashes of conflict, she saw a glimmer of hope spark in their eyes. And so, with her allies at her side, and her convictions as her shield, Princess Alara led the charge against the Darkinian Empire. The battles that followed were fierce and unforgiving, the clash of ideologies and powers shaking the very foundations of the galaxy itself. But through determination, sacrifice, and unwavering resolve, Princess Alara and her allies emerged victorious, their actions inspiring a wave of unity and peace that swept across the stars. The Darkinian threat had been vanquished, and the galaxy knew that they had witnessed the birth of a new era, one shaped by the courage and compassion of those who had fought for justice and freedom. As the galactic summit came to a close, Princess Alara looked out at the stars with a sense of fulfillment and pride. Earth had become a beacon of hope in the galaxy, a world where courage triumphed over fear, where unity conquered division, and where the light of peace shone eternal. And as she prepared to return to Earth, her heart filled with the memories of the battles she had fought and the victories she had won, Princess Alara knew that her journey was far from over. The galaxy was vast and filled with endless possibilities, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with the strength and grace that had come to define her as a hero, a leader, and a guardian of all that was good and just in the universe. I'm glad you're enjoying the story. Here is Chapter 7 for you. Princess Alara's starship soared through the vastness of space, streaking towards Earth with a sense of purpose and determination. The galactic summit had come to a triumphant close, the threat of the Darkinian Empire vanquished, and the galaxy stood united in hope and peace once more. But as the princess approached her home planet, a wave of nostalgia and anticipation washed over her. As the starship descended through the Earth's atmosphere, Princess Alara caught her first glimpse of the familiar landscapes that had become so dear to her heart. The lush forests, sprawling cities, and shimmering oceans welcomed her home with open arms, their beauty a stark contrast to the chaos and conflict she had faced in the stars. Professor Reed stood by her side as they landed in the heart of the city, his face beaming with pride and admiration. "It is good to have you back, Princess Alara," he said, his voice filled with warmth. "Earth has missed your light and your strength, and we are grateful for all you have done to protect our world." Princess Alara smiled at the professor's words, her silver eyes alight with joy. "It is good to be home, Professor Reed," she replied, her voice tinged with emotion. "Earth has become a part of me, a place where I have found friendship, courage, and purpose. I will always stand by its side, ready to defend it against whatever challenges may come our way." As the city celebrated her return with parades and festivities, Princess Alara felt a sense of peace and contentment settle over her. She knew that the battles she had fought and the victories she had won were not just her own. They belonged to the people of Earth, to the allies who had stood by her side, and to the galaxy itself. In the days that followed, Princess Alara continued to safeguard her homeworld, her presence a comforting presence in a universe still scarred by conflict and chaos. She worked tirelessly to forge alliances and build bridges between planets, fostering a spirit of unity and cooperation that transcended boundaries and divisions. And as she gazed out at the stars from the balcony of her royal palace, Princess Alara knew that her journey was far from over. The galaxy was vast and filled with wonders beyond imagining, and she knew that her destiny was intertwined with the fate of the universe itself. With a resolute heart and a steadfast spirit, Princess Alara looked towards the horizon with unwavering hope and determination. Earth had become a place of peace and harmony, a shining example of what could be achieved when beings from all walks of life stood together in strength and solidarity. And as she prepared to face the challenges and adventures that lay ahead, Princess Alara knew that she would always carry Earth in her heart, a constant reminder of the bonds of friendship, courage, and unity that had transformed her from a simple alien princess into a hero, a savior, and a guardian of all that was good and just in the universe. I'd love to continue the story for you. Here is. Oh. Months turned into years, and Princess Alara continued to watch over Earth with unwavering dedication and grace. The planet had flourished under her protection, becoming a beacon of peace and prosperity in the galaxy. Her presence had inspired a new era of cooperation and unity among the diverse civilizations of the cosmos, bridging gaps that had once seemed insurmountable. As she stood on the balcony of her royal palace, Princess Alara gazed out at the twinkling lights of the city below, a sense of peace settling over her alien heart. Earth had become a world of hope and harmony, a testament to the resilience and compassion of its people, and she knew that she had played a part in shaping its bright future. Professor Reed approached her, his eyes reflecting a mix of admiration and gratitude. "Princess Alara, you have brought a light to this world that will never fade," he said, his voice filled with pride. "Your courage and compassion have inspired us all to be better, to stand up for what is right, and to embrace the power of unity and understanding." Princess Alara smiled at the professor's words, her silver eyes shimmering with a soft glow. "It has been an honor to stand by your side, Professor Reed," she replied, her voice gentle and reassuring. "Earth is a world of infinite potential, a place where dreams can flourish and hearts can be united. I am grateful to have been a part of its journey towards a brighter tomorrow." As the years passed, Princess Alara's legacy grew, her name becoming synonymous with courage, compassion, and hope. Tales of her adventures and triumphs spread across the galaxy, inspiring beings from all walks of life to stand together in the face of adversity and to believe in the power of unity and friendship. And as she looked out at the stars with a heart filled with gratitude and pride, Princess Alara knew that her journey had been one of transformation and growth, of challenges faced and victories won. She had become more than just an alien princess. She had become a symbol of everything that was good and right in the universe, a beacon of hope that shone brightly in the darkest of times. As she prepared to face the new challenges and adventures that awaited her, Princess Alara knew that the galaxy was a place of endless possibilities, a tapestry of wonders waiting to be explored and discovered. And with the strength and determination that had defined her as a hero and a leader, she looked towards the horizon with unwavering hope and resolve. For Princess Alara had become more than just a savior or a guardian. She had become a legend, a symbol of everything that beings from all corners of the universe could achieve when they stood together in kindness, courage, and unity. And as she embraced her destiny with open arms, ready to face whatever challenges and triumphs lay ahead, she knew that her legacy would endure, a testament to the power of hope and the beauty of a universe united in peace and harmony.